Fino. That's how you say that. So anyways, I hope everybody's having a great evening. I'm wondering what's going on with Periscope lately. I have not been getting as many people watching in my live shows as I'm used to. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if it's a different thing happening with Periscope or not. Hi, Andrea Roberts. How are you? Well, anyways, I just wanted to just share a brief word with you all today. It's been a very interesting day. Hi, cousin. It's been a very interesting day. Most of you have probably heard that Prince has passed away. Very unfortunate, you know, event. I don't know if you call it an event. Very unfortunate, to say the least. Most of you who, like myself, you know, as a child, I was a little kid in the 80s. Prince is an American singer, huge American singer from the 80s. Well, I mean, he's been singing for over, you know, for decades, but his main, when he really came to stardom, was in the 80s. And so, so the people that I grew up with was like, you know, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, and Prince, and then Madonna. Those were like my top 4 favorite people, singers of all time growing up as a kid. And I mean, granted, I was like 8, 9, 10, 11, but you know, they made huge impressions on me. And then, you know, to look back at their lives now and just to see, you know, where life has taken them and the different avenues they've taken. And it leads me to beg the question, do you really believe that there's a plan for your life? Do you really believe that there is a course of action? Yes, I love Madonna. Do you believe there's a course of action that is pre-scheduled, that is preordained for your life? You know, none of us could have ever predicted 20 years ago, 10 years ago, that Prince would die at 57, that Michael Jackson would die of a drug overdose, that Whitney Houston would die of a drug overdose. You know what I mean? Or we can go back even further, you know, to other people who we know, even our own family members who are dear to us. We never can know exactly when somebody's time is. And so I ask you this question: are you proud of the life you're creating? And I want that to be something that you allow to sit with yourself, that you just sit and you ponder that question. Are you proud of the life you're creating? You know, great, that's great, because a lot of people aren't. I will say that I am, how do I want to put it? I love the life I'm creating, but I know there's so much more on the inside of me. Hi, thank you for joining. I know that there's so much more on the inside of me. And it's almost like we're all racing against this invisible clock, right? We're racing and, you know, we're trying to get things accomplished and goals set and live this life that we see on the inside of us before that time is up. Do you know what I mean? But I just want to encourage you that if you are not, if you're at a place where you know that there's more, that you wish you were doing more, that you're not excited with the decisions that you're making, one of the things I do as part of my actual job is I am an executive director for a ministry, and I bring on guests for Trinity Broadcasting Network. And so today we had a lady on, and one of her main topics that she talked about is it all being a part of the plan. And I mean, she had a lot of things go wrong in her life. She, her mother left her at 11 years old. She was raised by her father, who he had mental illnesses, and then he passed away of murder in her teen years. And so she was but she knew, and she became a motivational speaker. I want to say, I don't know how old she is, but she's definitely maybe, you know, in her 50s, maybe late 50s. But she didn't start being a motivational speaker until she was in her 40s. And she said oftentimes people ask her, you know, well, why did you wait so long to really, you know, get started on your life's mission? And she said, because that wasn't a part of the plan. And I just thought that was really interesting, because here's how I do believe that we all have a plan. I do believe that there's something that all of us are impacted to do and change. I believe that God has given all of us a special gift, a special blueprint, something special that only we can do, and nobody can do it like us. I believe that. However, I think that some of us make it to that knowing earlier, and some of us make it later. I think the plan is always sure, but I think it's just a matter of when you come into knowing of the plan. And then not just knowing, but getting into action, to moving past fear. Yes, he does. Thank you. To moving past fear and really believing. And here's what I think believers sometimes get things a little twisted. I think we're afraid to believe in ourselves. We know we can believe in God. We know we can believe in Jesus, but we almost feel like it's a little bit self-centered or cocky or being full of yourself to really believe in yourself. But here's what I think. This is what I believe and what I know for sure. God wouldn't have given you something to do if he didn't believe in you. right? And so if he believes in you, why not give yourself permission to believe in yourself? Why not give yourself permission to actually be a full expression of the greatness that God put on the inside of you? Good afternoon. Thank you for joining. And that's really all we're looking for. Most times though, we're looking for permission from other people, not realizing, hey, God has already given you permission. Now the only permission that you need is from yourself. So I want to encourage you with this. If there is something that you want bad enough, if there is something that you want to do, there's something that's burning on the inside of you, you have a dream, you have a goal, there's something that you really want to do, I want to encourage you to take steps to that today. And I want to encourage you with this. Yes, give yourself permission. That is so right. Give yourself permission. And most of us, we don't. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to say this and I'm going to end. I am a motivational, I don't call myself I'm an inspirational speaker. Hi, Twikey. I speak. I've written books. I'm an author. I work for a ministry as well, a traveling ministry. I'm the executive director and producer for the ministry. And I also am an author, speaker, and a minister. And so, hi, Charisma. Thank you for joining. And so I've decided that, you know, God has blessed me in the giftings that he's given me. I do well. And when I speak, it blesses people. Praise God. But, you know, I didn't used to want to be a speaker. I didn't used to want to be a minister. I didn't want those things because I just wanted to, I don't know, I guess I just wanted to kind of coast. I wanted to just have something that was safe, that didn't have me to put myself out there in ways that makes me vulnerable, or, you know, there was just so many things I ran from. So eventually I decided, okay, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to do this thing for real. And I decided that I didn't want to just do what I was called to do and just rest on my natural giftings alone. I wanted to be great at everything God gives me to do. So I joined this group called Toastmasters. And most of you know Toastmasters is a speakers club. It has 130 groups. I'm sorry, there's I don't know, there's tens of thousands of groups in 130 different countries, right? And so they focus on, just like how I'm saying, those are things you're taught not to do, right? But I joined this organization called Toastmasters. And so there were things that I would do when I spoke that I thought I would never be able to not do. I just thought, even now, sometimes I still say, but there were things I thought, because I'm an inspirational speaker, motivating people comes with inspiration. But I would see other speakers who that was their main things. They were motivators. And I was like, man, I really want to be able to, thank you. I was like, I really want to be able to connect with people in a motivating way as well. And I just never thought I would be able to do it. And I want to tell you this. I would go to class after class of Toastmasters. I would listen to all these different dynamic speakers, people who won national awards for speaking. And I would go up and I would do my own presentations. And little by little, I began to see that the thing that I didn't think I could do, as time went on, I was able to do it better. I was able to hone my gift and hone my craft. Because I think it should be all of our goals, not to just be good at what we do, not to just rest on natural gifts, but to be great, right? And I wanted to be great. And so little by little, as I began to sit, I didn't realize that I was actually sowing seeds into what I really wanted, if that makes sense. As I was sitting there watching speaker after speaker, and as I was going up and doing my own presentations, little by little, without me even trying, what I had been watching was seeping into me. And then I was able to regurgitate, for lack of a better way of saying it, I was able to regurgitate what I had been picking up in my spirit. So here's what I want to tell you. When you are wanting to do something better, when you're wanting to grow in a certain area, don't try to force it. All you have to do is put yourself in the right environment. Allow yourself to continue to pick up things that you're seeing, that you're watching. And I promise you, as time goes on, you're going to look up, you're going to be like, wow, I think like this now. That's why it's so important to read books and watch what you put in your mind. Because I'm telling you, our subconscious is so alive and is so awake. And whatever you sow into yourself, even on accident, produces a harvest. So as I began to do these, go to these Toastmaster groups, I didn't realize I was sowing something on the inside of me that was going to produce the exact thing that I wanted. I didn't know that. I kept sitting there thinking, I'll never be able to do it like that. I will never be able to do that. How did they speak the whole time and never say like I'm just all these thoughts. And as time went on, I say now, but not as much. But as time went on, I'm realizing, oh my God, I'm picking these things up without even trying. So it's so important where you position yourself, where you plant yourself, what you're watching, what you're seeing. And if you want to grow in a certain area, all you have to do is plant yourself in an area for growth to take place. When you plant a flower, let's just say you're planting a regular plant, a watermelon seed. You plant the watermelon seed, you water it, but you're not constantly standing over the watermelon seed going, watermelon, 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 please, watermelon. You're not doing that, right? You're just watering the seed and you leave, right? You water the seed and then you leave. You let the light shine on the seed. And over time, naturally, that seed begins to grow and it begins to flourish. And what once was a seed now is a huge watermelon that you can open up and eat from. And that really is how we are in the earth. We're all seeds that God has planted. Yes, yay, thank you for following me. We're all a seed of this big tree called God. And He's planted us. And He's given us something to do. And so if you're struggling with coming out in any type of way, or you're wanting to enhance your skills or grow, what God's put on the inside of you, just get in the right environment. And let that water shine on you. And let the water pour on you and let the sun shine on you. And before you know it, you will be a full-grown tree and you'll be producing fruit, the exact fruit that you only hoped to produce months before. If you don't like the life you've created, at any second you can change it. You're not limited by anything or by anyone. The only thing that limits you is yourself. That's it. That's it. I don't care who believes in you. I don't care who thinks that you're crazy for you having these big dreams. I don't care if nobody in the whole entire universe that you know will support your goal. If you are willing to stick with what you're doing and you're willing to allow God to give you new ideas and trust God on your mission, on your journey, success is inevitable. Because I'm going to tell you like this. When something is traveling down a road and it keeps going straight, and no matter if cars come and try to intersect it, or if animals walk in front of it, or whatever, if that car can keep going, yeah, it'll make some stops because there's stoplights, right? And there's yield signs and we have to slow down. But if that car will keep traveling, I don't care if it has to go from New York to California. If that car will keep driving, no matter the intersection, no matter the yield signs, no matter the stop signs, at some point, that car that started out in New York and headed to California will make its destination. And that's how it is with success. As long as you don't stop, you let no distractions get in your way, you let nothing take you off track, and you stay focused, eventually, you're going to meet your destination. And it may not be overnight. It may not be a year. It might even be 5 years. But if you're unwilling to give up, you're unwilling to be anything but successful. I'll say that one more time. If you're unwilling to give up, that means you're unwilling to be anything other than successful. If you don't like the life you're living, create something different. And God does have a plan for your life. But you can at any moment expedite. And if this is helping you, please give me some amen hearts. But you can at any moment expedite that plan. See, I think God has a plan, but we can expedite it. We can make it happen quicker. Hi, Lourdes. Thank you for joining. Thank you for inviting your followers. Do you know what I mean? We can slow it down and we can make it. And how we show God that we're ready is that we stay in a place of preparation, that we're always prepared. My pastor says that you show me what you're preparing for and I'll show you what's going to happen in your life. Preparation is a profit. So if you're willing to prepare for what you want, you expedite it. You make it happen. Because God's like, oh my gosh, she's ready. And one of the other things my pastor says is God will never hold back from you what you're ready for. If you are ready, it's going to fall into your lap. Just like if you're a parent. Those of you who are parents, you understand that. Or those of you who have parents, there were things that you thought you were ready for as a teenager. Your mom's like, you're not ready for that yet. But then as a parent, you understand that, my son wants to have my truck right now, but he's not ready for it yet. But when he is ready, he can have it. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just want to encourage you all with that. Somebody is knocking on this door, or UPS. I want to encourage you all with that. I have to end because I have to go get this door. But I'm going to leave the office. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for the amen hearts. Thank you for your time. I know time is so precious.